What's the deal, people? I go by the name of Bizbilla, and we are back here on BYC Gaming, New York Mets franchise. It's been quite some time since we've gone live with y'all out there. Today is episode number 17 from the beautiful, you hear me? Beautiful Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. Today we got the 6 and 17 San Francisco Giants taking on the 500 New York Mets. It has been a rough start to this trip out west. We started things off in LA against the Dodgers, went down 3-0, didn't get one game, but we looked to bounce back in our winning ways against Kyle Harrison, who was 0 for 4 on the season. That ERA is through the roof, so hopefully this Mets offense and their bats can apply some pressure, get some offense going, and win this game here on BYC Gaming. We appreciate everybody that taps in, whether live or on the playback. The first pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate for ball one. Salute to everybody, all our new followers out there. We appreciate all of y'all. As we get things going here in San Fran, 1-0 count to Harrison Bader. Good swing on this ball. Popped in the deep left. It's going to be playable for the left fielder. And that'll be the first out in today's ball game. All right, we'll get a quick peek at the Mets lineup right now. Our best hitter, Francisco Lindor, man, in his last game against the Dodgers, he carried us offensively. Hopefully he doesn't have to have that responsibility here. Hopefully guys like this guy, Jeff McNeil, will do their part as well. 291 on the season for McNeil, 2 long balls, as well as 10 RBIs on this young season. Down 0-1 here in the count. Now 0-2. So today I'm going to do a top 5. You know, I like doing my top 5s. We're going to do a top 5 today on the best stadiums in MLB right now. My favorite, at least. You know, this is easily one of them. We'll start the list in just a moment. But, matter of fact, let's just start it here with Oracle. This is definitely one of those ballparks that I have got to go visit one day before it's all said and done. Nice play by the second baseman. Throws it to former Met Wilmer Flores. And there are now 2 outs here in the top of the first. So this will be no order. The first stadium we got to list is Oracle. Now, my plan when I do start traveling to more stadiums across the nation, I want to go to like 2 or 3 games. So if I go see the Mets in San Francisco as Lindor takes a ball high, if I go see the Mets in San Francisco, I want to go to like a 3-game set. One ticket I want to have sitting somewhere close so I can enjoy the game, the sounds, the feel of the game. But in a place like Oracle, I would love to sit in the upper deck bleachers and just get a look at the water and just a beautiful stadium that this is. As that one's going to be popped to right field. Michael Conforto gives chase, brings it in, and that'll be the end of the first. Slater, Matos, and Flores due up at Oracle. All right, so on the bump for the Mets, Sean Manaea has yet to pick up a W on today's season, but he has pitched fairly well, 20% strikeout rate. You'd love to see it. Austin Slater will be the first man he faces in today's San Francisco Giants lineup. Now, the thing about facing the Giants today, they have got a lot, you hear me, a lot of right-handers in this lineup. They only have one switch hitter, and the only pure lefty in today's lineup is going to be Michael Conforto. So we're going to be seeing a lot of hitters from the opposite side of the plate. Manaea going to have to do a good job of locating his pitches. So far, he has not done that early in this at-bat. 2-0 count. This one's going to be hit up the middle. Tough play for McNeil to make. And that's going to lead to the first hit of the game. And it will be a base hit for Austin Slater in San Francisco. I'm going to be honest, on that one, I think if I would have taken a dive at that ball, may have had a chance to glove it. Either way, Slater now aboard with nobody out here in the first. So one thing I will say about this Mets team, as far as our franchise series is concerned, as Monto steps into the box, We give up a lot of first inning runs, man. That has been a key problem and why we are only playing 500 baseball right now. So definitely want to do a better job of limiting base runners early in the game. And not just that, but just flat out getting them out. Hit and run is on right there. Slater's going to advance to second, but the runner's going to be thrown out at first on the grounder as we get a look one more time at the San Francisco Giants starting lineup. As I said, a slew of righties in this lineup. Thankfully, the batting averages are not very consistent from 1 to 9.
The first baseman, Wilber Flores.
Here comes one of these guys that I really enjoy watching as a Met. Started his career with us as he fouls out one off. Wilmer Flores in the box now. Flores left the Mets in 2020, and man, I was emotional seeing him go. He was very shaken up about it. You could tell he really enjoyed his time with the Mets. And right here, Sean Manaea with a good pickoff throw, but it's just a little inaccurate. Slater able to make it back to the base in time. 0-1 count to Flores. Slater on second. This one shot into center field, and more than likely it's going to get a run home. That one's going to be cut off by Alonso. And a trend that I'm not happy about with these Mets, another first inning run for the Mets opponent. You see that sinker is supposed to be low and away. Instead, it's right over the plate. Wilmer Flores drives it into center field for a base hit, and the Mets now trail 1-0 early on in this ball game. Here we get Jorge Soler stepping into the box. 4 home runs on the year for the Giants outfielder. I actually didn't know that he was the home run leader for 19. I think he was with the Marlins at that time. Either way, he looks like a sinker for strike one. 1-1 count here. Still only 1 out. This one's going to be popped in foul territory towards the Mets dugout. Alvarez reaches over the banister, and that will be the second out here. So good job getting a pop out on a tough hitter right there. That's where I wanted the sinker to be located at against Flores in the previous at-bat. That time we were able to get a pop-up, in and out. And now Manaea looking to get out of this inning. Conforto now stepping into the box. He's going to check his swing and look at a sinker for a strike. So, as I said, first ballpark we had to name easily Oracle Park. That's definitely one of my favorite ballparks in all of MLB. Just a beautiful stadium, and if for no other reason, that beautiful view of the water. I love the big glove out in left center. But what I would love even more is a big strikeout here from Manaea. 0-2 count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Slider going to miss on the outside part of the plate. See if we can get Conforto to chase high. Instead, he's going to look directly at a fastball that goes right across the pipe. And that'll be a third out here in the bottom half of the first. Wilmer Flores does what he does best. Drives in a run from second, and the Giants find themselves up early, 1-0.
Leading off for the Mets, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
All right, so the polar bear steps in, and I just got to make these comments about stuff I've been seeing online about Pete Alonso. So the Mets played the Giants in real life last night, opening game of the series, after playing really well against the Dodgers. And the run support wasn't really good last night. I think we only got 1 run across the plate, right? So I'm looking at the comments on one of these Mets pages, and the guys are like, "Oh, we don't need to extend him. He can't hit with runners in the clutch. He's not a consistent hitter." And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Let me check the box score again. Pete Alonso literally was responsible for the only runs we had in the game last night. So, I understand, the frustration with the fans that we haven't. Wow, that's a frustrating swing right there. It's going to be strike 3 on Alonso. But I understand the frustration, you know, when you think about giving a contract to somebody like Pete's going to be big money for a good amount of time. But I mean, do you guys have a better option at first base right now? Some of you frustrated Mets fans like, bro, Pete's the best option we've got, and I don't see the reason in you know, not extending him as Alvarez down 0-2. I mean, if you want to trade him and get a whole bunch of really good pieces, that's one thing. But I don't see the benefits right now of trading Pete Alonso. We need all the help we can get right now, and Pete Alonso is a big part of what we do as a franchise. Either way, Francisco Alvarez is down 0-2 in the count here. Takes a slider on the inside part of the plate. We now have a 1-2 count. Alvarez doing a good job staying alive. We'll do 1-2 all over again. Here's the pitch. Count now even at 2. So as we move on with this ballpark countdown. Good pitch right there. Alvarez can't catch up to it. Good swing timing. Only in MLB The Show. 2-2 count remains. So I'm going to be a little extra frustrated on that one because we got a good swing timing, but it leads to a pop-up. And then the next pitch turns into a pop foul. Second out here in the bottom of the second. So the next ballpark I want to talk about in this top 5, no order. Got to go to the Allegheny River, out Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh Pirates, man. PNC Park might be one of my favorite stadiums. If for nothing else, man, that view, man, of downtown Pittsburgh and the beautiful bridges right over center field, the water, the Allegheny River, as you mentioned before. PMC is a baseball paradise. We'll talk more about PNC, the Mets, the Giants. It's 1-0 heading into the bottom of the second.
Leading up for the Giants, the shortstop, Marco Luciano.
All right, Marco Luciano steps into the box now, batting 176 on the year. He takes a sinker low. Yeah, but PNC is just, it's like, to me, it's like a stereotypical ballpark. It's got views, it's got beautiful field, beautiful colors around the stadium with the yellow and the black offsetting. I just love it, man. Definitely one of my favorite parks. Now, I think those are the two obvious that most people have on their list. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. I'm only going to list ballparks that I've never been to, only because the ones I've been to, I think they are great, maybe even top 10 worthy. But I want to keep it strictly the ballparks that I've seen on TV that I think are just beautiful. Now, this one I don't know, people might not agree with this one. But this is another stadium that gives me like a classic baseball feel, classic ballpark feel. As Luciano set down on strikes, Manaea with his second K of the game and the first out here in the inning. As we get a quick look at the pitch sequence in that previous at bat. So yeah, man. Comerica Park. I know a lot of people might not agree with me on that. But like I said, I like classic baseball stadium. I think the Tigers have had 2 really good stadiums in their last 2 tries. Tiger Stadium and Comerica are really 2 unique parks. Now this, you don't quote me on this, because I can't remember, but I know Comerica was one of the few parks that had that dirt trail going from the mound all the way home. Come on, that's classic right there. Like they don't really do that anymore. I think the only team that had the similar thing was the Arizona Diamondbacks. As this one's grounded to Jeff McNeil. He gloves it and makes the second out here as Nick Ahmed grounds out. But yeah, it's something about Comerica, man. I love the Tigers all over the stadium. I love where they put their retired jersey and Hall of Fame classes. I love how they pay homage to those guys, and that's really cool. It's Detroit, so it's the Motor City, so they got cars all over the stadium on display. You got Ford Field, like basically right in the background, similar to how the Mariners have Loomis Field looming in the background. This one's going to be popped up foul. Pete Alonso gives chase. It's going to stay in play, and the Mets are going to get out of the inning 1-2-3 there against San Francisco. We've got Tyrone Taylor, Starling Marte, and Brett Beatty due up for the Amazins in the third.
Leading off for the Mets, the left fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
All right, in steps Ty Taylor. Been a very solid hitter for us this season. Going to start this at bat off, taking a fastball. I haven't really looked at the pitches that Harrison throws. There we get to look at them. Pretty basic. Right now we're having a little bit of trouble on timing, with swing timing. Apparently we're not having trouble with timing, just having trouble getting the show to show us some love. We get another good swing. This time it's smacked out to left. I'm actually going to do a compilation. I'm working on it as we speak. I have to point out how many times I've taken good swings and they've led to swing and misses. Now, good swing timing turning into an out or a swing or a hit that doesn't necessarily turn in your favor, I don't mind that. It's baseball. You can't necessarily predict where the ball is always going to go. But I can't excuse MLB The Show for having good swing timing lead to so many swing and misses. I've never seen anything like that in an MLB Show game. It's really bad this year. Speaking of bad, that was a bad trip for Harrison. Gives up his first base runner by walking Starling Marte on 4 pitches right there. Brett Beatty steps in now. Beatty been one of our go-to guys this season. Really been playing good baseball. 9 RBIs on the season. 797 OPS. 231 batting average. Beatty has pretty much exclusively hit in the 9 spot, but that has been a good help for this Mets lineup as he takes a fastball over the middle of the plate for a strike. You got a 1-1 count. Starling Marte on first. Pitch from Harrison. You get jammed right there. 1-2 count. We got Marte going on the pitch. This one's thrown high. Wow, I don't know about that. Can I challenge that? I guess we'll get a look at the replay right here, but I thought there was no way I was going to get caught once that throw was thrown so high, way up there. That's very close, man. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe on that one, bro. And the whack part is, like, I don't know what's up with challenging this year. I'm gonna be honest, as Beatty sat down on strikes, I want y'all to leave in the comments. Have you been able to challenge anything in MLB The Show 24? Because clearly, I think I was safe on that play. Either way, it won't matter as Kyle Harrison is dealing right now. Strikes out Beatty and sets down the Mets.
Leading up for the Giants, the third baseman, Tyler Fitzgerald.
All right, Tyler Fitzgerald steps in. A little favorable call right there for Manaea. So we've listed PNC Park for the Pirates, Oracle for these Giants, and also the Tigers Comerica Park. Whew. I think I'm gonna have to go with one that I've heard a lot of other people talk about, that I could say I didn't really see the hype at first, but the more games that I've watched of this franchise and the more I've gotten to get a peek at their stadium. Shout out to Shaylin out there from ATL. She went to one of these games and she took some really beautiful pictures. I'm talking about Petco Park, San Diego's own home. Very underrated baseball stadium, man. It's very pretty, good surroundings. it just seems like a fun place to watch a game. You know what I mean? It seems like the crowd is usually into it. It's a big stadium, but it seems kind of intimate. Everybody's kind of in close quarters. So we shout out to Willie Hustle. I know y'all seen me and Willie Hustle go run that vlog up, the New York Mets versus the Braves vlog. We went to Truist. But shout out to Willie Hustle.
Thank you, mate.
We plan on a Slater Draws a Walk. We plan on trying to make it to TwitchCon later in this year. And if we do go, please believe that I will. You hear me? I will be going to a Padres game if I'm out in San Diego during that time. Here's Mania now with the pitch to Matos. And that's going to lead to a base hit. So now with one out here, there's 2 base runners on for the Giants. And the man who drove in the only run of the game so far is due up now with Wilmer Flores. Now, I'm going to be honest. See, the thing that's so tough about playing against the computer on Hall of Fame or Legend, whatever I'm playing on, it's like I can throw pitches out of the zone against a ranked opponent, and they'll chase and what may have you. Did I get him? And they called him safe. Wow. A double steal right there. You don't see that very often from the computer. But a double steal now puts the Giants in position to score again. It's going to be a pop to center. Alonso's going to have to make this throw quickly. It won't matter. Slater is in there safely, and the Mets are now down 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Wilmer Flores drives in his second run of the game.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Now Jorge Soler going to step in. Giants still threatening here. Runner at first.
Ball inside.
Now I'm going to pitch to Soler early in this count, but if we get down to a point of no return in this at bat, I'm going to go ahead and walk him. Face the lefty, Conforto. Right now we got a 1-1 count. Mania looking to get out of this inning with a minimal amount of damage done. This one's going to be grounded third. Beatty's going to glove it, make the throw across the diamond, and Pete Alonso gloves it for the third out. So the Giants plate another run. It is now a 2-0 game. Mets still without a hit. Bader, McNeil, and Lindor due up.
Leading off with the Mets, the center fielder, number 44, Harrison Bader.
All right, so we're going to kick the fourth off here with Harrison Bader. Just to be real with y'all, man, in the Dodgers series, I'm going to be honest, man, we were really struggling to get base runners, to get hits, and that's continued here against Kyle Harrison. I thought it would be a little easier being that it's a lefty, his ERA is high, but right now Kyle Harrison is absolutely dealing. His 40th pitch is on the way here in the fourth. And it's going to be a ball on the inside part of the plate. Bader now got this count from 3-1. If you watched the previous episode, episode 16, you would see that Lindor was our offense in that game. I mean, really carrying us in that matchup. Good swing by Bader. He's put 2 good swings on the ball, but still 0 for 2 on the day as he grounds out the short. In steps McNeil. We could really use a hit right here in a major way. So you see McNeil takes the first pitch. It's going to miss upstairs. Excuse me, it's going to be a strike. I thought that one missed. That one will miss. We now got a 1-1 count. McNeil has been one of our most consistent hitters this season. It's a good one to chase right there. Instead, it's fouled off, though. We still got a 1-2 count. Harrison with the pitch. One of those pitches that we had to give chase to avoid a strikeout. And it's going to be grounded right to Flores for the second out. So the Mets' woes at the plate continue. As now Lindor's going to step into the box. 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Hit 2 of those home runs in the previous game. against the Dodgers. It looks like a strike right there. So for the last stadium that I'll shout out, I'll go with a classic. This one smoked into the gap, and I don't think it's going to stay in the park. It's going to be out of here. Francisco Lindor continues his hot play as he hits his 5th home run of the season. That time a solo shot, and the Mets trim the lead to 1 now after the Lindor bomb. That's a big hit right there. We needed that in a major way. Lindor has been our offense for the most part this season. And right there, he comes through in the clutch with a big hit. First hit of the game for the Mets. That will be their first run. If I'm not mistaken, that's exactly how it happened in the Dodgers game. Our first hit was a Lindor home run. And now Pete Alonso steps into the box, looking to keep the momentum on the Mets side. Harrison got Alonso in an 0-1 count. There are 2 gone here in the 4th. And a fastball on the outside part of the plate, but it's going to be called for strike 2. The pitch. It's a nice slurve. Jams Pete. Pete pops it to center. And he will be retired on that one. Frankie Lindor came onto the box here and put a really good swing on that baseball. And the Mets find themselves down 1 here.
Leading up for the Giants, the right fielder, Michael Conforto.
All right, so Conforto steps into the box as another guy I definitely enjoyed during his time with the Mets. Conforto now a member of the San Fran Ball Club, and he swings and misses to a beautiful slider right there. 1-1 count. So as I was saying previously about the stadiums, we got Petco, we got PNC, we got Comerica, and of course Oracle, where today's game takes place from. But last spot, this one's smoke. Marte's gonna have to give chase, and he's not gonna get there. It's gonna bounce off that wall. It's a very dangerous spot of the ballpark where a lot of baseballs get lost and a lot of triples are created. Right there, Conforto picks up his 5th double and starts things off right for the Giants here. But as I was saying, that 5th spot for the stadium, man, I'm going to go with the classic. I know when you hear the word classic, most people think Wrigley or what have you, but I'll be honest, I have got to go with Fenway Park, man. It's just such a unique stadium. A lot of history made in that ballpark. And I definitely want to make a trip to Fenway to catch the Sox playing. I think that would be a really dope experience. Come on, who wouldn't want to sit, maybe at the Green Monster or, I mean, shout out to my boy Hannibal King. He's been there to Fenway. He actually enjoyed himself. So I got to add that to one of the many stadiums that we want to see before our time is done. 1-2 count here from Minaya. And Luciano works it back even to 2. Mets really need to keep this game close and not let the Giants get any more runs here. But at this point, it is now a full count here to the Giants shortstop. Minaya with the payoff pitch. This one's going to be roped to center. I don't think Bader's going to be able to get there, and it's going to go into the gap. And that's easily going to score Conforto. Now, the problem we hope for is Luciano doesn't go to 3rd. He's going to stop at 2nd, but the damage is done. We now got a 3-1 ball game here. As Luciano hits this one into the gap, Bader can't get there to glove it in time. It gets by him, and the Mets find themselves back down 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. No outs yet retired here from Anaya. And although I don't want to go with a new arm this early in the game, I'm going to be honest with you, that may be the case, man. It is now another double for the Giants. Another run scoring, another RBI double. And the Giants are absolutely giving it to the Mets right now. That one barely stayed fair. Look at that. This is a rough start to this ball game for the Mets, who, like I said, are already 0-3 on this road trip right now. And you know what's the worst part? I've been throwing the ball on the outside part of the plate trying to get grounders, but Manaya's not doing a good job locating these pitches, and they're ending up in spots where these guys are just driving the ball. Patrick Bailey, switch hitter here. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Hits one to second. Runner's going to advance to third. We now got some wheels on third base. And that'll be the first out here in the fourth.
The third baseman.
As you can see, the fog is really starting to come through here in San Francisco. Hopefully we get a rain delay and get some new arms out here because, man, the Giants are playing good ball. This NL West is, I would say, probably the toughest division in baseball. Would y'all agree with me there? What's the toughest division in the MLB right now? I'm inclined to believe that title belongs to the National League West. Either way, Manaya is really struggling right here. 2-2 count now. He's got an even count against Fitzgerald. Man on third. Count now even. As Austin Slater is on deck. He scored 2 runs today. Payoff pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from Manaya. Third K of the game. It's now Austin Slater, who has a walk and a single in today's ball game. Hits this one to McNeil. McNeil gloves him. Thankfully, the Mets are out of the inning without any further damage done. But 3 doubles lead to 2 runs, and the Giants now take a 3-run lead.
Leading off to the net, the catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez. That's out the corner.
All right, night has officially fallen upon us here in San Francisco. It's now a 1-0 count here to Francisco Alvarez. I thought I caught up with that one. Let's see what the swing timing is. Just early. Thought I put a good swing on that one.
Ball, outside.
We now got a 2-1 count here to Alvarez. Alvarez, one of the team leaders in hits. Ooh, right there, I should have just pulled the trigger on that one. It was a good swing timing, too. Either way, it's a 2-2 count. Probably the best pitch we'll see in this at-bat. Alvarez fouls off an 87-mile-per-hour slider. We'll do 2-2 over again. Here's the pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Count now full. DJ Stewart, the on-deck circle. The pitch from Harris. Going to be inside, very close. Tough pitch to lay off. But Alvarez draws a walk. Second walk of the day. Thrown from Harrison. Now DJ Stewart steps into the box. 7 home runs on the season to this point. Can easily make this a 1-run game with 1 swing of the bat. Not a swing like that though. 0-1 count for the number 4 leader in home runs in the National League. Quickly it is now 0-2. Stewart gonna have to battle back in this at bat here. Ooh, like the hit he put on that pitch right there. Couldn't do much with it. Hits it the opposite way and right into the left fielder's glove for the first out here in the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
All right, Tyrone Taylor now stepping in to do work. Man still on first. The lefty Harris. Sin has pitched well this game. Speaking of pitching well, haven't got the best effort from our man Manaya, so we're going to go ahead and warm up Luke Casey. You know what I mean? Shout out. I'm going to shout you out in a second. Give me 1 second, bro. I just realized I got to shout you out. That one's going to be high. All right, we got a 1-1 count here. Ooh, good piece of hitting from Tyrone Taylor. It's going to go into the gap. Hopefully it's deep enough to score Alvarez. I don't think it is. It may be. It's going to be a close play at the plate. Alvarez is going to get in. That's a clutch double from Tyrone Taylor, excuse me. That is a big hit right there. Doubles it into the gap. And now the Mets still threatening. They got speed on second and Taylor. And now Alvarez coming across the plate to score. Starling Marte looking to work his way out of what's been a rough start to this season. He drew a walk in his first AB. Right there, he's going to take a fastball right down Broadway for a strike. So shout out to Brian Morris, 2788. And while I'm shouting you out, I shout at everybody in the comments, at least a good comment. But, you know, when somebody's wrong about something, oh my goodness. Whew. Speaking of wrong, Kyle Harrison is wrong for making that pitch. And Starling Marte sends it to deep center field. And the Mets have tied the game with one swing of the bat. Starling Marte breaking out of what has been a rough stretch for him. 437 feet of bomb. And the Mets find themselves now in a tie ball game. Look at this. Marte been very patient in his ABs today. Right there, he waits for that one and sends it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Long gone. Actually, I correct myself. That is not the deepest part of the ballpark. That would be right center at 415. But let's take a look at this again. And then I'll get back to the point I was making a second ago. Harris looked a little bothered by Taylor on second. You see he was focused there, and boom! Oh my! Marte put an absolute swing on that baseball. That was a good swing. Let's go ahead and get back to this game. So as I was saying, I got to shout out Brian Morris, 2788, because a lot of times in the comments when somebody's wrong, which was me, you know, I've been pronouncing a name wrong. Somebody can easily go in the comments and be like, "You idiot, it's pronounced this way. Man, you're dumb. You can't pronounce," you know. He simply said to me, "I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Lucchese," and he even broke it down in pronunciation. Shout out to you, bro, because I have been bombing Joey Lucchese's name for so long, like going back to last year. Like I got corrected before on it and I was still bombing it, but thank you, brother. Thank you for being a viewer, and thank you for being a stand-up guy. Either way, we got a 2-1 count here to Brett Beatty as the Mets have tied this ball game up. And that was a very, very important swing by Marte. Beatty able to stay alive after fouling off the circle change. It's now a 2-2 count to number 22. We're in the fifth here. Ooh, that was a tough pitch to lay off. Ump says we did not go. Good job holding up by Beatty. Now got a full count to the Mets third baseman. We'll do 3-2 all over again. As Beatty is having a really good at bat. Definitely a good job making Harrison throw some pitches here. Didn't want to swing at that. Got jammed. And it's going to be a pop out. Took him for though. Good at bat for Beatty. But that will be the second out here in the top of the fifth. Harrison Bader now stepping in, taking a strike. Ethan Small and Tristan Beck both getting going in the San Francisco bullpen. 75th pitch of the game from Kyle Harrison on the way. Ooh, it's a nasty fastball inside. Swing and a miss. Hold on. I got good swing timing. I told y'all I'm making a compilation, so sorry I paused that real quick. It's good swinging, good swing timing. Leads to a swing and a miss there from Beatty. Excuse me, Bader. 1-2 count here to the Mets center fielder. Ooh, tough slurve to lay off. Mets really making Harrison work here in this fifth. And now Bader has worked his count back full. It's probably going to be the last inning we'll see Manaea or Harrison in this ball game. Here's the payoff pitch to Bader. 2 outs. And this inning will continue on as Bader works the count back and forces the third walk of the game on Kyle Harrison. And it looks like the manager has seen enough from today's starter. I mean, he started off really well. Had a no-hitter, I think, through 3, if I'm not mistaken. But things all changed here in the 5th as the Mets have put 3 runs on the board, tied this game. And that will bring out Tristan Beck from the bullpen. 14 innings pitched this season, 6.28 ERA. Both righties and lefties hitting over 300 against this right-handed reliever. And he's going to start things off against Jeff McNeil, who has 2 groundouts today. But he does have Harrison Bader on first. Mets, gotta think the Mets are going to look to move Bader in this at-bat. You see a 12-6 curve, a changeup, and a slider. So a lot of breaking pitches here from Tristan Beck. Changeup right there, in there for a strike. Okay, so I take a little lead off of first there. I'm going to put a little pressure on this pitcher. Try to distract him with Harrison Bader. There's a changeup low. 2-1 count here. Bader taking the lead off of first. We now find ourselves in a 3-1 count here. I think we're going to hold off on running this inning. Bader slaps that one foul. He's early on that 90-mile-per-hour fastball. And the Mets have worked another full count here. Bader will be in motion here on this payoff pitch. This one hammered left field. It's going to be playable and caught for the Giants outfielder. But the Mets do a good job of knocking Kyle Harrison out of this ball game. They may only have 3 hits, but we've got a tie game in San Fran.
Leading up for the Giants.
Like we always say at this time, it's not John Shambi. It's definitely not Chris Singleton, but it is your boy Beisbol. You can call me Biz for short. We are here live on BYC Gaming, and Sean Mania is still in the game. I gotta take him out. I can't. Yeah, I gotta take him out. I was gonna leave him in to try to get Matos out, but let's go ahead and bring in Lucchesi and go ahead and hand this game over to the bullpen here, as Matos will be the first man Lucchesi faces. Starts him off with a curveball right down the pipe. You got an 0-1 count. Matos got his first stolen base of the season in his previous at-bat. Here he is quickly down 0-2 to the lefty Lucchesi, who gets a nice swing and a miss. Good decision there, taking out Manaea and getting Lucchesi going here in this 5th. Good pitch there from Joey. And that curveball sets down the Giants shortstop. MVP chance for Wilmer Flores, who steps in, takes a 2-seamer low for a strike. This umpire hasn't, made too many calls that have affected the game, so to speak, but definitely has called some strikes out of the zone.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Unquestionably a ball right there to the Giants' leader in batting average, 321 on the season for Flores. Fouls off the cutter there. And now he's down 1-2 here in the count. The pitch. Back-to-back Ks for Lucchesi. Nasty changeup right there. Stays in the zone. And all Flores can do is look at it for strike 3. Jorge Soler now steps into the box. 0 for 2 on the day. Mets looking to retire the Giants 1-2-3 here. In the fifth is Soler /1 foul. So I talked about my favorite ballparks, ballparks I want to visit, the ones I think are the best, whatever may have you. We now got a 0-2 count. In this next half inning, I'll talk about some of the stadiums I've been to as we pay homage to some of the great ballparks around the big leagues. 1-2 count. Lachacy with the pitch. This one's going to be grounded to third. Beatty gloves it, makes it throw to Alonso. And the Mets retire the Giants 1-2-3. We'll get to see a few different hitters coming up this inning. It's the heart of the order. Lindor, Alonso, and Alvarez in the sixth. Stepping in now, batting at an even 300. It's Francisco Lindor. Takes a strike right there. Ryan Walker and Tyler Rogers are the arms going in the bullpen for San Fran. Mets with no arms currently going as Lachacy did a really good job in that bottom half of the fifth, setting down the Giants 1-2-3. Now the Mets looking to capitalize off of a very strong fifth inning. Ooh, good swing timing. Not quite sure why that wasn't drilled into the outfield. It'll be chased down and caught by Matos. I made that mistake earlier calling him the shortstop. He is the center fielder, and he does retire the first out here in the top half of the sixth. So I haven't been to, a whole bunch of MLB parks, but I have been to a few. If you ask me my favorite, I might be a little biased. Citi Field. I think Citi Field and Truist are 1A and 1B. We know who's A and we know who's B. But those are probably two of the best stadiums I've been to, as Pete Alonso hits a bullet up the middle. 106 on the exit velo. And Pete's on first with one out here for the Mets. Now, I'll be totally unbiased and say some of the most fun I've ever had at a game. I mean, I got to include Shea Stadium with that too. But I got to shout out Yankee Stadium too. The OG Yankee Stadium, you know what I'm saying? The house that Roof built. I had some fun there, man. I only went to about 3 games. Shout out to Top Dog Tim, the Brody. I may remember him from the college football vlog, as well as some of the ranked matches we played in MLB 23. But he could tell you, man, we had some fun at those Yankee games out in the Boogie Down Bronx. Shout out to everybody out there in the X. Right now, these Queens Kings are locked in a 4-4 game. That time, let me be honest with you, I wasn't familiar with the count. If I was aware of the count right there, I would have taken a much better swing at that baseball. Either way, Alvarez is set down on strikes, and now DJ Stewart steps in with 2 outs, looking to keep this Mets inning alive. Stewart first on the team in OPS. We could use a big hit right here from the left-handed bat of Stewart. Takes a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Count now even at 1 apiece. Ooh, that was a nasty curveball. 12-6. The bottom just falls out of it. 1-2 count. That one's going to be on the inside part of the plate. Stewart backs away, and we now got a 2-2 count. Okay. Count now going to move to full. Tyrone Taylor, who had a big hit in the previous inning, is on deck. Full count here to Stewart. Stewart's going to slap that one foul down the first base side. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Alonso in motion. And it's going to be a base hit. Not going to touch the arm of Conforto. But the Mets are going to have 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the 6th. And let's see what the Giants do. Beck hasn't been able to get out of the last 2 innings as smoothly as he's liked to with 2 outs. Mets now threatening again. Giants going to stick with their reliever here. 24th pitch on the way for Beck. It's going to be a strike on the inside part of the plate. Taylor, with an RBI double in his previous at-bat, also scored a run from that double. He's got Alonso on second. He's got Stewart on first. Mets trying to take this lead here for the first time today. And woo, Taylor put an absolute swing on that baseball, but it's going to be foul. 0-2 count to the Mets outfielder. There's that 12-6 curve again. Bottom falls out of it, and it falls to the bottom of the zone for a ball. I didn't want to swing at that, but I thought it was near the zone. Clearly it wasn't. Taylor going to ground out, and that will end the inning for New York. Due up for the Giants are Conforto, Luciano, and Nick Ahmed.
Leading up for the Giants, the right fielder, Michael Conforto.
All right, in steps Conforto now. And he's going to take a strike. Mets doing a good job getting on base this game. Definitely an improvement from the series against LA. I'm not going to say we were totally bad offensively against the Dodgers. Some of it was just the fact that they scored more runs than us. But in our previous game, we really had some slumping bats. And in this game, we have definitely bounced back in a major way. 4-4 ball game. 0-2 count to Conforto. That curve is going to be in the dirt. And now got a 1-ball, 2-strike count to the Giants right fielder. That cutter just misses on the outside. Good pitch, good take. 2-2 count. This one hit down the third base line. Beatty makes another play and reels in another infield assist. As we now got one out here. Luciano now stepping into the box. A Dominican infielder, 1 for 2 in today's ball game. So here comes the pitch from Lucchesi. Another one grounded to Beatty. And another simple throw to Alonso, and the second out is retired here in the bottom of the 6th. Nick Ahmed now stepping in. Had himself an RBI double in his previous at-bat.
1 ball, no strike.
Cutter gonna miss low. I think I'll save it for the next game, but I think I do want to do a top 5 Giants. I think that would be an interesting list. Let's pause things real quick. So I'm trying to decide who we should warm up. Obviously, we got a lot of righties in today's lineup, so let's warm up Adavino. Let's stretch and toss with Austin Adams. Don't want to use up Lucchesi for too many innings because Lucchesi, excuse me. Don't want to use him too much because we're probably going to need him at some point, maybe in this game, if the starters are not able to go at least 5 or 6 innings. There's a nice swing and a miss there. Netted from Lucchesi is Ahmed. Cannot catch up with a 92-mile-per-hour cutter. It's now a 2-2 count. 2 outs here in the 6th. Here's the pitch. Ahmed thought about giving chase, but he watches it go by for ball 3. Count now full. Payoff pitch on the way. Ooh, this one's roped down the left field line. Taylor lays out and makes a big catch to end the inning right there. Let's get another look at it. That is a great catch from Taylor to put away the Giants in the bottom of the 6th. Ryan Walker is your new arm in this game. I'm sorry, I gotta see that catch again. Hey, I mean, that is a great play by Taylor. You see, he gets a really good jump on that. You see, he loses balance and tumbles in. That's a great catch from Taylor. All right, let's see, can the Mets keep this momentum going on defense? We have been stout since Luke Casey came in the game.
1-0.
Right there, Walker going to throw a slider way out the zone. Slider, sinker, and curve are the pitches in the repertoire for number 74 here.
That's the ball.
So Marte has drawn a walk on today's game, also put one in the bleachers that tied the game in his previous at-bats. This is definitely a good bounce-back game for Marte. Let's see what he does for an encore here. 2-0 count.
3-0.
Now moves to 3-0. Usually where I would give a green light in a situation like this, I'm just going to go ahead and set the controller down and make Walker throw a strike right here. 3 straight balls, fresh out of the bullpen. Marte in full control in this at bat. 3-0 count here.
That's 4. Take it.
And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk on Starling Marte, his second walk of the day. And now Brett Beatty, the lefty, going to step into the box. 0 for 2 on the day with a K and a fly out. But he can change all of that right here, putting his ball in play and giving the Mets a chance to take the lead here in the top of the 7th.
Oh.
There's a sinker, falls into the bottom part of the zone for a strike. That's probably the pitch we're going to have to take. Going to have to hit when it's available. There it is again. That time the sinker is fouled off. Good swing timing, but for some reason it turns into a weak hit. Either way, 0-2 count here to Brett Beatty. And just as fast as Beatty was down 0-2, Walker, who seems to be having some control issues, hits Brett Beatty, and they're now 2 men on with nobody out. Harrison Bader steps into the box. He takes a ball.
1 ball. No strike.
Bader with 8 RBIs on the season. There you see this is the stat, 313 with runners in scoring position. Some decent speed on base with Marte at second. You see the third base coach calling out the signals. Walker with the pitch. Nice slider. Starts off inside, finds its way back over the plate. Now got a 1-1 count. Oh, not what I wanted to see right there. Good sinker by Walker. Wow, Bader was really close to being safe right there. But that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. That's a good pitch by Walker. I definitely thought it was something to hit. It was just not the type of hit we wanted. Look at this. Yeah, he's out. That's a good call by the umpire. No need to challenge that one. Jeff McNeil steps up, due for a hit. He's 0 for 3 on the ball game. He's going to take a slider on the outside part of the plate for a strike. McNeil flew out in his previous at-bat to left. He's made nothing but contact today, even in all 3 of his retired at-bats. Oh, I thought we had him right there. I thought that one was going to get over the second baseman. Instead, the Mets blunder a big chance to get some runs home. Started the inning with 2 on and nobody out. Ended leaving Marte stranded at third. We're stretching in San Francisco. It's 4 up.
Leading up for the Giants, the catcher, Patrick Bailey.
All right, so Patrick Bailey steps up now. The only reason I'm going to leave Luke Casey in for this at-bat, because if I'm not mistaken, Bailey is a switch hitter. So we don't want to move him to the left side. He's probably just as good against lefties. Excuse me, against righties.
2 balls. No strike.
Right now, Lucchesi in a 2-0 count. Fans starting to come alive here, and that's going to be a base hit. So we leave Lucchesi in the game, hoping to retire Bailey, but instead it's going to lead to a base hit to start things off here. Tyler Fitzgerald, I'm going to leave Lucchesi in for one more at bat. And then you see he throws a strike, bouncing back here in this at bat. Mets could really use a double play right here. And that will not happen, as Lucchesi going to give up his second hit here in the inning. Back-to-back hits for the Giants. And that's going to go ahead and shut it down for the reliever, Lucchesi. Let's go ahead and bring in. That's what I get for stretching and tossing Adams. Should have been warming him up. Either way, Ottavino's not going to come into the game here. All right, so sorry for that delay, y'all. Let's get back to baseball. Adam Ottavino's in a little bit of a tough spot here. 2 runners on, nobody out. Austin Slater steps in. Slater's also already scored 2 runs in this ball game. Trying to be very precise with each pitch we throw here in this 7th. That cutter's going to miss. Slater batting .222 with runners in scoring position. Not the best speed on second, but definitely some speed on first. We now got a 1-2 count as Ottavino sneaks that cutter by him. Here's a pitch from Ottavino. Ooh, that was a good slurve, but Slater able to foul it off. Let's see what Ottavino goes with here on 1-2. Another very tough pitch to hit. Slater fouls it off. See if we can change the speeds on Slater here. Doesn't seem to matter. Slater is locked in right now, making good contact on the baseball. 1-2 count here. Ottavino is throwing nothing. I mean, I'm locating all of these pitches where I want them. But Slater is just doing an absolute stand-up job fouling these pitches off. 1-2 count remains. And just when I thought the sinker was going to be the pitch that got it done for me, instead, now the bases are loaded with no outs here. Matos steps in, and Ottavino's got to get this out right here. My preference would be to get Matos to fly out, strike out, so we don't move any runners. And then possibly on the next at-bat, we can try to get a double play. That's the goal. Right now, we're in a good position to do just that. We got an 0-2 count against Matos. The pitch. Ooh, I don't know what he was swinging at. But that that changeup was nasty. And Ottavino gets his first K of the game. We really needed that. Let's take a look at this again. I don't know if he thought it was going to come back over the plate or what, but the break on that changeup, there's nothing Matos could do with that. As you see, a nasty swing and a miss. Whew. Love to see it. All right, so in steps Wilmer Flores, best hitter on this team as far as average is concerned. And he has a big chance to open up this lead here for the Giants, but the Mets have other plans. Trying to get out of this inning and keep this game tied. Bases are loaded, so 1-0 count. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. This has been a really good ball game. We appreciate y'all for tapping in, whether live or on the playback. This is BYC Gaming, New York Mets franchise, episode number 17. We got a 1-1 count here. It's Flores. Whew. That one grounded down the line. Thankfully, It will be foul, and we'll do 1-2 here against Flores. Adavina with the pitch. It's a cutter, it's low, and it's away, and it's also a ball. Count even at 2. So we can't give him the chase. The pitch is out of the zone. And now this payoff pitch is going to be the most important one of the day. 3-2 count. And Flores fouls it off again. We'll do 3-2 over one more time. You got a peek there. All the Mets are on the top of the dugout. This is a very, very big at bat. And wow, Flores is absolutely floored as he's looking at strike 3. We look at the ump cam. Can't deny that one was up there in the strike zone, but Flores, as upset as he is, there's nothing he can say. Strike 3, and now Jorge Soler steps in. Bases are still loaded. 2 outs. Soler 0 for 3 on the ball game. Here's the pitch from Adavino. Fastball gonna miss. Up and in. Nice sinker there from Adavino. Works the count back even at 1. Soler, the cleanup hitter for this Giants ball club. He's not had a good day today. Count now 1-2. Good pitch from Adavino. Base is still loaded here in this spot. The Giants fans on their feet, as this is a big spot in this baseball game. 4-4 tie. You see that pitch clock moving down. Adavino with the pitch. Whew. Soler able to foul that one off. We'll do 1-2 once more. That one is going to miss. We got a 2-2 count. Ooh, slurve right down Broadway. Thankfully, fouled off. 2-2 count. Oh my goodness. These pitches are perfect location, but Soler, same as Slater, doing a good job fouling them off. Oh my goodness. How did he stay alive right there? All right, let's switch speeds up on him. The pitch. Ooh, nearly got him to pop that one out to right, but instead it's just going to barely make it into the bleachers down the right field line. This is the 10th pitch of this at-bat. 2-2 count remains. We'll do it again. Soler having one of the best at-bats against the Mets this season. This is a really good at-bat right here. This is a duel. And Adavino throws a ball right there. Full count here. Soler has had a really good at-bat. Here's the payoff pitch. 3-2 count. Another one fouled off. And we'll do it yet again. We got to at least be up to 15 pitches here in this at-bat. 33rd pitch of the inning for Adam Adavino. He'll do it again. I mean, Soler absolutely having himself an at-bat right here. It's the most important at-bat of the game for either team. Bases loaded. 3-2 count. 2 outs. And we will do it once again. The wild part of this at-bat is I can't even get him to chase, you know, in this situation because there's all these strikes and all these balls in this count. It's a full count, so we can't get too cute here. As there, Adavino checks on the runner at first. 3-2 count. Soler with the pitch to him, and unbelievably, Adam Ottavino, that was an incredible at bat by not just Soler. Slater had one too. As we'll move to the eighth. Let me just hold on, because I gotta salute what I just unlocked in MLB. I just got a trophy or whatever. Peep this, good relief with the bases loaded and nobody out. Strike out three in a row without a runner scoring to end the inning. I am impressed with that trophy. I didn't even realize we struck out Slater, who else? Matos, and then Soler. Soler was the toughest one out of all of them. That is the best inning we've had as a pitching staff in MLB The Show 24. What an inning right there. I will not soon forget that. That was beautiful. So we'll have Austin Adams ready to go. We'll also get Brooks Raley going in the pen. This inning, we have Lindor, Alonso, and Alvarez due up here for the Mets. He's right there. That pitch is going to be low. We got a 1-1 count. Tyler Rogers is your new arm out of the pen. Not sure if we addressed that. 1-2 count here. Ooh. Tough fastball to lay off there. 2-2 count remains here. Thought about giving chase to that one. Thankfully, we lay off. And it will now be a full count to the Mets all-star shortstop. Lindor already with a bomb to his credit in this ball game. 3-2 count. He fouls off the sinker, so Soler just ended the last half of the inning with a great at-bat. Now Lindor with similar theatrics here in the top of the eighth. Payoff pitch. Thought about laying off of that one. Mad at myself for not doing just that, as that easily would have been ball 4. 3-2 count. Couldn't chase that one twice. Lindor draws a walk. Probably one of the things we do best as a lineup. Even if we don't draw the walk, we have some pretty damn good at bats as a ball club. Lindor drawing the walk right there. Now Pete Alonso steps in and takes the ball. Pete hit a bullet up the middle in his previous at bat. He's got Lindor on first. The slider's going to miss there. It's now a 2-0 count here to Alonso. I was going to run in this situation. I think we're just going to have an at bat here. Try to work this count. Rogers taps the bottom of the zone with a strike right there. I'm going to run on this pitch. I'm going to do it. We got to get Lindor in scoring position, and we will do just that as he swipes second base. That will be his 6th stolen base of the year, if I'm not mistaken. He does lead the team. That's a great jump. Rogers throws a good pitch, but throws a little bit off from Patrick Bailey, and that allows Lindor to slide into second safely. So now the Mets with a runner in scoring position here, 4-4 ball game, and a 3-1 count to Pete Alonso. That one's going to miss upstairs, and now Alonso going to make his way to first base. It's now the Mets again with 2 on and nobody out to start the 8th here. Alvarez is your hitter. Takes a slider on the outside part of the plate. You see the average only 187 for Alvarez with runners in scoring position. He really could use a big clutch hit right here. Right now, batting very intelligently. Got a 2-0 count here against Rogers. Tough sinker to lay off. It does get the zone. 2-1 count to the Mets catcher. Rogers having some control issues, and it's not going to get any easier with the lefty. DJ Stewart on deck. 3-1 count to Alvarez. That slider's going to come across the plate. And it's going to be in there for strike 2. Full count, payoff pitch on the way. Alvarez hacks that one down the line. 3-2 count remains. We'll do it again here. Ooh, that was a nasty slider. That was a nasty one. That was nasty. I wasn't expecting to see a slider in that location. And I'm only haven't said anything else, so I'm waiting to see was that a good swing timing. You know how MLB The Show does. Oh my God, it was a good swing timing, bro. Unbelievable. What is up with MLB The Show and good swing timing? Either way, we're on to the next at bat here. DJ Stewart, who's touting a .308 batting average, with runners in scoring position, with a big chance to give the Mets the lead here late in this ball game. 0-1 count. Rogers throws one right down the plate. Stewart puts good contact on it, and it should be good enough to move Lindor to third base. As now we got runners on the corners. We got 2 outs. And Tyrone Taylor is going to be your hitter here.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
Taylor's had some clutch hits this season. We could really use one right here with 2 outs. This one hit up the middle, and the Mets are going to take the lead. Finally, good swing timing turns into a good result. And Tyrone Taylor with another big RBI in this ball game. This time it is going to give the Mets their first lead. I'm so thankful that Rogers did not flick his glove up and make that play. Instead, it will fall into center field, giving the Mets a 5-4 lead. Man, you want to talk about clutch hitting. That was it right there. Into the box now is Starling Marte. He's drawn 2 walks on the day. Starts off with a pitch that was clearly a ball, but it's going to be called for a strike. 2 walks for Marte on the day. His only hit was a 2-run bomb in the 5th inning. Let's see what he does here in the 8th. 2 gone against Rogers. He's going to ground this one to second. Should be easily played for Ahmed. And that will be the 3rd out here for the Mets in the 8th. But Tyrone Taylor comes through in a major way with a major hit up the middle. That one good enough to bring in Frankie Lindor from 3rd. And the Mets find themselves up 5-4 in the middle of the 8th. All right, into the game comes Austin Adams. 2-1 record on the season. He's got a hold and looking to hold this thing together here in the 8th here as the Mets look to keep doing what they've been doing since the 5th inning, and that is just play really good baseball on this side of the field. Conforto now stepping into the box. He's going to foul the first pitch off. For strike 1, you see Conforto batting .216 against right-handed pitching. And quickly he is down 0-2 here. There's a pitch from Adams. This one's going to be grounded. Ooh, just out of the reach of the glove of Lindor. And that'll be a leadoff single for Conforto here. As you can see, him and the first base coach definitely hyped up about that one. Let me get another look at this. If I would have dove maybe a little bit earlier, probably would have had a chance at that. Good effort from Lindor right there, but it will not be playable. Now the Giants with a man on here to get things going in the 8th.
That's the ball.
Adams now down 2-0 here. All right, I called the wrong place. I'm going to just throw it over there to Conforto so we can get another pitch here. I did it again. Tried to call the fastball, instead called the slider. This actually might play out in our favor. Conforto is, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Something told me to go to first, but I tried to make the double play happen right there. That's going to cost us majorly. It's now the Giants with 2 runners on, nobody out. This has been a truly roller coaster of a game. Adams starts off Ahmed with a strike. Are you kidding me, Are you kidding me, Adams doing a good job there, not getting flustered by that terrible call. Should be 0-2. Instead, it's 1-1. And the count now going to go even. Excuse me, now going to move to 1-2. These umpires, man. Like I said, this umpires made some bad calls, but none have cost either of these teams in this ball game. Adams with the 1-2. One's going to miss off on the outside part of the plate. Ahmed here in a 2-2 count.
3-2.
Count now full. Patrick Bailey is on deck. Mets find themselves in another tough spot here. 3-2 count. Nobody out with 2 on. And another big K by this Mets bullpen. Big pitch from Adams right there. First strikeout of the day and the first out here in the 8th inning. So Patrick Bailey going to get his first at-bat of the day from the left side. First swing is a swing and a miss. Got an 0-1 count to the Giants catcher. Ooh. This one bloop to right field. Marte gives chase. Runner going to stay put at second and not tag. And the Mets now with 2 outs. Now y'all know I'm going to warm up now. Sugar Diaz getting loose in the pen now. Now Tyler Fitzgerald going to step into the box. He's going to ground this one. And oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, that was way too close for comfort. But Adams, listen, Adams is the player of the inning. Not just for how he pitched out of that jam, but that play he just made sliding in the first. Let me see that again. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this Mets bullpen really putting on a show today. So you see Fitzgerald makes pretty weak contact. I once hit the first. Alonso puts good glove on it, makes it. Now look at this. Now I easily could have run that out. I probably could have beaten him down the line with Alonso, but I didn't want to take any risks. We hit Adams, and it still ends up being way closer than it should be. Adams on his hustle. And then you see sliding down. Look how close that is. That is definitely screenshot worthy. Look at that. You want to talk about close, bro. Man. As you see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so yes. Adams did get there before Fitzgerald, and the Mets somehow get out of that inning. That is a great job by this Mets pen. And now we can calmly hand it over to Edwin Diaz, who will face Slater, Matos, and Flores, the top of this Giants order in the bottom of the 9th. Right now it's a 5-4 ball game. Brett Beatty, Harrison Bader, and Jeff McNeil due up for the Mets here in the 9th. Beatty looking to add to what's been a clutch day for the Mets, getting it done when they need to. Few runners left on base, but not nearly as many as we've had in some prior games. And right now, 3 straight balls to Brett Beatty. That last one closer than the rest. Either way, it's a 3 balls, no strike count. First 3 pitches from Taylor Rogers have not been what he wants to see. The lefty with the pitch here. Nice slurve, hits the bottom of the strike zone. Strike 1. Mets, of course, have Bader coming up next on deck. Bader, one of the best hitters on the team. against lefties. And in this lefty-lefty matchup, Brett Beatty draws a 5-pitch walk. And the Mets start this inning off with a runner on first. Harrison Bader. And this Mets team looking to add to this lead is shot to right, but that's going to be into the glove of Conforto for the first out. So it's odd. Let me just take a look after we take a look at the ball coming back into the infield. Let's just take a quick look at the box score. Harrison Bader is 0 for 4 with a walk, and he's put some really good swings on the baseball. Another one right there, and it will lead to the first out here. Instead, McNeil, maybe a lefty, but he hits lefties very well. 0 for 4 on the day. Definitely due for a hit. Would love to see him come through in the clutch here. Lindor is on deck. 1-1 count to the former batting champion.
2-1.
2-ball, 1-strike count here. McNeil has made contact in all 4 of his at-bats. A little bit of a friendly call right there. It's going to make this count 2-2. Beatty's still on first, and there's one gone. That sinker going to miss low. 3-2 here for McNeil. Beatty goes in motion. McNeil fouls it off. 3-2 count. That was a good swing timing. Just to let all of you know that out there. There's Beatty on the move again. Another foul ball from McNeil. Trying to move Beatty to second in case of a double play situation. But it won't matter because McNeil's going to slap this one in the first. Into center. He's going to get to first. Beatty, who was in motion running on that play, easily makes it to third. And now the Mets are threatening with runs on the corner. Told you, McNeil was definitely due for a hit, and he comes through with a big one right there, keeping the inning alive and now putting Brett Beatty in scoring position for one of the Mets' best hitters in Francisco Lindor. Now, I haven't taken many contact swings in this game. Most of my swings have been normal. Those of y'all know I play on buttons when it comes to hitting and whatnot. Everything I do is based on timing and what kind of swing I decided to put on the ball. I think this is one time where I'm going to make a contact swing and just try to put the ball in play with Frankie right here. Even if we get a sac fly, that would definitely do wonders for us here in this game against the Giants. And that one's going to bounce off the pitcher. And look at that. Lindor somehow beats that infield hit out. Rogers is down. Hopefully he's okay. But the Mets are going to add to this lead as Rogers is down on one knee trying to get himself together. Is he going to stay in the game or he's going to come out? Looks like he'll stay in. He's going to face Pete Alonso, who's 1 for 3 in today's ball game. Alonso slaps one down the line. I think we got a similar situation to the Lindor play. Third baseman going to make a great throw. Way to stay with it by the third baseman. Runners will advance, but that will be the second out here. So Francisco Alvarez, another player who's due for a hit, could really come through in the clutch right here and give the Mets a big-time lead here late in the ninth. Lazy swing there from Alvarez. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike one. McNeil's on third. Lindor is on second. And quickly it's 0-2 to Francisco Alvarez. 21st pitch of the inning for Taylor Rogers is on the way. Another one's going to be grounded to Rogers. He's going to take his time, and he's going to retire Alvarez at first. But the Mets probably do the best thing that they can do in this inning, and that is add on some insurance runs. They're going to be facing the top of the lineup of this Giants roster, looking to close it out with Diaz. Do I sound anything like Timmy Trumpet, y'all? Y'all know what that sounds means, man. Edwin Diaz coming to shut the door on the Giants here. We'll let him get a few warm-up pitches in so that fastball can be nice and confident. By the time he faces his first batter here, we got Slater, we got Matos, and we've also got Wilmer Flores for the Giants here as the Mets look to close out this first game against the Giants with a win. As we said, really tough game against the Dodgers. Be sure to check out those games from that series. It was really rough series against the Dodgers. But here we are looking to close the door on the Giants, looking for another save opportunity for Edwin Diaz. And there it is, 102 on the gun. Slater stares at it for strike one.
Ball one. One ball, one strike.
Diaz gets a shot. That one hit to McNeil. McNeil gloves it easily, and we got one gone here in the bottom of the ninth. Mato steps in. Ooh, ropes a fastball down the line. And that's going to be a base hit. All right, so now the tying run's going to come to the plate here. I think we got a little too comfortable throwing the fastball in that at-bat. That's how we start him off with the slider. Flores down 0-1. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs in today's ball game. And right now he's down 0-2 here against Edwin Diaz. Decent speed on first base in Matos. Flores takes the pitch from Diaz. Triple digits again. This time it's going to be a ball. What a nasty slider right there. Not quite sure how Flores laid off of that one. 2-2 count. Oh, no. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I was controlling Jeff McNeil, and I was controlling Marte. And now Diaz finds himself in a tough spot. Jorge Soler going to come up to the plate with 2 runners on. 1 man out is AC Estrada going to come into the game for Flores. Soler, in his last at-bat, he put up one of the best at-bats I've seen by an AI computer, or whatever you want to call it. It was a really good at-bat there last time up from Soler. So that insurance run, even more important now as a run is now 90 feet away. But it may not matter as Alonso's going to field the grounder, and it's going to be a double play that will wrap this one up. And listen, yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear my hands clapping right now, but that is a great performance right there. I mean, what can I say about this Mets team in this game? We didn't get that many. We had 8 hits to the Giants 12, but we got hits when they mattered. The bullpen from the 5th inning and on was absolutely stellar. Marte breaking out of his slump with a big home run. This was a really big win, and I'm glad you guys were here to watch it with us here on BYC Gaming. So the Mets move back over 500 now, getting a very, very crucial win against this tough San Francisco Giants ball club. They put on a really good effort. Tyrone Taylor, one of the heroes in today's game, coming up with 2 clutch hits. Adavino is going to be your winner. He deserves it. Your save goes to Edwin Diaz, 5th save of the season. Tyler Rogers is going to be hit with an L in this game. Your player of the game, Francisco Lindor, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, also scoring the last run of the game that put us up 6-4. And that's how it's going to end, a 6-4 victory for the New York Mets. We appreciate you for tapping in with us at BYC Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at BYC Gaming Online. BYC_gaming on Twitch and also Instagram, and BYC.gaming on TikTok. We appreciate all of y'all that watch whether live or on the playback. Check us out on YouTube as well at BYC Gaming. We'll leave you with the box score, and we'll thank you once again for rocking out with us at BYC Gaming. Peace, love, we are gone.